are live, NBA rundown time, and it is the playoffs. It's basically playoff preview week. We've been bringing in extra guests every single day as we get ready. We had a fun night of NBA basketball last night. Tyler's with me, of course, runpuresports.com. Give us a thumbs up. And I got JC Zargo and Titletown. Start with you, Title. What did you think of last night's NBA action?
Man, it was a lot of fun. I even tweeted. I was like, playoff basketball is so elite. You can just tell regular season. It was getting old at the end watching G League players in that play. Fun watching these guys play hard, 40 minutes, 48 minutes. Good games, OT. I mean, man, Timberwolves, they had it the whole time. Lakers, I'm a little scared about. I'm a little worried about them, not going to lie. Timberwolves played well, though. But, yeah, 2 good games again today. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, that's the case. JC, what did you see last night?
Yeah, I mean, Title nailed it. It's just so much. It's such a better product, playoff basketball, when everyone cares, when it's meaningful. I didn't get to watch the Eastern Conference game, man, but he was right. The Lakers tried to give Minnesota that game, and they just did not want it. I mean, down to the foul to send it to overtime, and then in overtime, just no one can make a bucket on either side. And then even that pass was intercepted at the end. I thought it was going to be like a Virginia Furman moment, but Minnesota just couldn't do anything. They just kept handing the Lakers the ball. It would have been a pretty sweet upset to see, but alas, we'll have the Lakers here in Memphis.
Tyler, I could have I called my girlfriend and have her answer the phone with like another dude in bed, and it wouldn't have been as bad as the call that I made yesterday when I said Anthony Edwards will be the best player on the floor. Even though I was right about the Timberwolves plus 8.5.
Yeah, we'll give you your victory lap on that, but man, you were way off on best player on the floor. I mean,
wow, what happened?
He's one of the streakiest guys in the NBA, spread, and you tried to tell me he's going to be the best player on the floor, and we got guys like AD, LeBron, Cat looked good.
He looked great.
Mean, Ant might have been like the 12th best player on the floor last night, spread. Just like our guy DC tweeted out. Take his superstar card away. Maybe he can get it back next year. He don't got it after that performance.
You don't think he'll bounce back at home on Friday night?
No, I think they're done. I bet him not to make the playoffs. I think they're out.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that bet. All right. We're going to get your guys' thoughts on Friday night a little bit, too. How do we want to do this, Tyler? Do we want to do the same thing? Do we want to go over the series with these gentlemen, and then we'll dive into tonight?
Well, we got JC's thoughts on Monday, so, I mean, we really only need to get Title's thoughts right now, so we can go.
All right. Titletown. Let's look at Saturday's games. Right now, the 76ers are minus 8.5 against the Nets. The Celtics are minus 9 against the Hawks. The Cleveland Cavaliers are minus 6 against the Knicks. And the Sacramento Kings are minus 1 against the Warriors. Of the first 3 that are the larger spreads, do you like the dogs in any of those matchups? And do you think that the Nets, the Hawks, or the Knicks could pull the upset in the first round?
Definitely not the Hawks. They looked good yesterday, but I definitely trust Boston. Man, I want to say the Nets. I like how they play, but
terrible matchup, huh?
Yeah, like Claxton's just too small at the end of the day. They don't have backup bigs. Like Embiid's just gonna eat them alive. So I can't go there. What was the last one you said?
The Knicks. Do you think they've got a chance against the Cavaliers?
That would definitely be the closest one. I'd give them a chance.
Okay.
I don't know. I still know. I'm going chalk that way.
All right. And that's fair. I mean, Joey Work was getting mad on Monday when we were picking chalk, but I said, bro, if there's any time to be a chalky better, like if you only want to bet chalk, only bet the first round of the NBA playoffs and you'll make money lifetime.
Yeah.
The Title, I got to hear your thoughts, though, on 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, live on NBC. Playoff basketball returns to Sacramento. My Kings are laying 1 against the Warriors. I think that's rightfully the last game of the night. It's definitely going to be the most exciting game of the day, I would expect. What do you think, right? Do my hometown heroes have a chance against one of my other favorite teams?
Of course you got a chance. It's only 1, but I'm going with the Warriors spread. I'm sorry.
Even in game 1? Because I was saying I thought that the Kings could win game 1. And
they can. It's only a 1-point spread. They can. But if you're I got to pick a side. I'll take the team that's been there and done that over the team that hasn't. I mean.
telling you, spread. You guys.
I think Steph's gonna have a problem.
Telling you guys are the Clippers spread. When they beat the Spurs and no one's seen it coming, Chris Paul throws that layup in Game 7, and everyone's like, "Oh, the Spurs are supposed to be in the finals, and they're going home in the first round."
I'd love to hear it, Tyler.
It's gonna happen.
Finally, we get some positivity out of Pennsylvania.
I think so. I think the Warriors are just they're like Tom Brady. It's like eventually they're gonna fall, but you're not gonna bet against them until you see it happen.
I'll be that guy. Too. I'll try and get in front of that train. Tried it last year, it didn't work. I'll try it again.
So hey, here's a line that's up that wasn't up the last time we did this show. The Grizzlies opened up only -3.5. Should I just bet that right now?
They're going to win Game 1. We know how LeBron takes Game 1s. They're feel-out games. He never wins Game 1s.
I should just bet that right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing that.
We'll be on the Grizzlies that day. Sneak peek.
Yeah, I don't like great at home, terrible on the road. I see this game. I don't know. I think in the first 2 they'll split. Everyone will win their home games. I don't think it really gets interesting until 5.
The other line that we have out that we did not have out for this weekend is now the Los Angeles Clippers. They're +7 in Phoenix. I kind of like the Clippers plus the points there. Start with you, Tyler. What do you think on that one?
Same thing. Ty Lue's a guy that doesn't usually win Game 1s. He kind of gives them away adjustments.
Uh-huh.
I think the Suns just come out. I also want to see the Suns lineup when they put CP3 on the bench and they run like a Booker, a Koji, Craig, Durant, Ayton lineup, because you could still do everything you were able to do with CP3 on the floor, run the pick and rolls, and you could defend every position. Now, Booker's your weak point, but we know he tries on defense, and he's a bigger guy, so you can't just hunt him down. He's going to have help behind him, so I think Phoenix smokes him in Game 1. I think Phoenix rolls onto the floor into the playoffs, and everyone's like, that's the team that we think they're going to be.
Interesting. What do you guys think? I'll start with you, JC, or continue with you. Clippers. I was liking the +7. Tyler wants to lay it. Which way would you go?
I mean, so do we know if Durant's playing or not?
Yes.
Yeah, he's playing.
Okay, he's listed as questionable. I really didn't think much of it.
It's so stupid.
I don't know, man.
You know what's the best about these? I'm sorry, JC, but how you said he's got a Q tag on him. If you went on ESPN.com right now, he's listed as doubtful. That's the best. They list everyone as doubtful, so everyone that goes on ESPN thinks these guys aren't going to play, and then they suit up.
Man, I mean, Durant's obviously a difference maker. If it wasn't for him, if we were concerned about that ankle, I think absolutely the Clippers can cover 7. But as Tyler said about Ty Lue, I mean, Game 1, I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. I'd have a hard time laying 7 in Phoenix, but I could just see him blowing out. Like, I just think there's a real chance this is an ugly series that only goes, 4 or 5 games.
Title, there's no love here for Kawhi Leonard, who as recently as 3 years ago was being called the best player in the world. Now he's catching 7 in Phoenix against Kevin Durant. I'm leaning towards leading the 7 yet. I bet that Memphis game right now when we're talking. I haven't touched this one yet. What do you think, man? Would you rather have the Suns or the Clippers +7?
Suns alt line by 20 or something like Tyler.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I mean, I like the chalk favorites in round 1. And then talking about today's games, I like both the dogs. That's how I'm looking at it.
Okay. Do you guys have any other general NBA thoughts? Because we only see you once a week, or in JC's case, it's been twice this week.
Who's your pick for the finals title? We know the Bucks are on the East. Who's your West pick?
Suns.
Okay.
Oh, that's exactly where I'm at too. Do you have any other hot takes you wanted to get out there?
Man, I think one of these play-in teams makes some noise. I think it's more competitive than it's more wide open. I mean, I'm saying Suns, Bucks, but I really wouldn't be shocked if neither get there, to be honest. I think it's pretty open this year.
All right. Well, let's.
Who would be your dark horse in the East outside of Boston or Milwaukee?
I think Toronto can make some noise.
Wow.
That is a bold call. I thought he was going to say Cleveland.
Too.
I'm trying to say one because I think a play-in team can make Toronto. I think makes some sense, but man, that +6 makes sense with the Bulls today. I would just bet the money line instead of +6. I think betting both money line dogs are fine, but I think Toronto gets in, and yeah, that'd be it. I mean, they just got length, they got athleticism. I like they got hoopers.
There's
Oh,
some,
right.
there's some
Yeah,
bias
Joey
in
Work
this
rather than
take.
Nick.
Yeah, I'll say there's some bias in this take, but I agree with our guy Joey Work. It is my favorite team too. But like, couldn't we see the Knicks doing what the Hawks did a couple years ago? Like they run into like a Philly team, they beat them, and we're like, wow, the Knicks are in the conference finals, and of course they're going to lose to Boston or Milwaukee, whoever's waiting for them. But I just can't see like they're not going to make a finals. I could see that we're a path where the Knicks make the conference finals.
Well,
They'd have to play Milwaukee.
Yeah,
it's Milwaukee
okay,
second
yeah.
round.
So it'd be Boston waiting for them.
They're not beating Milwaukee.
I mean, they hit a bunch of threes. We've seen that happen before. All we need is an injury too. So
Grit Travis with that breaking news horn. The Knicks are not beating the Bucks.
yeah,
All right. Sorry about that, Joey Work. I still want those baseball winners from you, though. Let's dive into tonight's game. We'll start from a betting perspective. But Title, I'm excited, right? Normally, we just kind of give a general overview of some thoughts. I'm building a lineup on the show today, baby. We're not waiting for news. I don't need to worry about a scratch at 4:25 p.m. Pacific. We can start building these lineups right now. Yeah, he says that. Oh, can I address this comment? Lakers fans complaining about the refs. Bro, that's like when Title tries to call me and complains about money. I'm like, Title, I'm not hearing it from you, okay? You got money coming out your ears. You get every single call on the since 1981, Jonathan Nelson. You get one bad call. Oh, my God. Talk about spoiled, those Lakers fans. And Joey says, we don't want you to think the Knicks are going to win. Well, you're doing a great job of that because you've definitely achieved that. Fila likes the Bulls tonight, and we're going to get right into that game right now. The Chicago Bulls are +6, totals 213. Tyler, I'm going to start with you. This is a low total, but these teams went under the 3 times they played each other this season. The Toronto Raptors were 2-1 against the Chicago Bulls this year. The Toronto Raptors won both their home games. The Chicago games won. Bulls won the game in the United Center. The last time they played, this game landed on 6. It was in March, so Podol was on the team, and the final score was 104-98. So this line would have pushed. Of course, we the people's mentioning the DeMar DeRozan revenge factor. Let's start with you, Tyler. How are you approaching this game between the Bulls and the Raptors?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bulls +6. I'm going to sprinkle the money line because I think they do possibly win this game. But the more I look at it, spread, when we first looked at this game, the first thing we wanted to pencil in was the under. You do a little bit more digging. I'm betting the over here.
How?
Their last 5 matchups in Toronto, they're averaging 224 points. The pathway to beating the Bulls defense is for Toronto to speed it up. If they want any chance, they got to speed it up and down. The Bulls do not defend the 3-point line well. I know they're the best defense post All-Star break, but you dig deeper into that, they give up the most 3-point attempts in the league since the post All-Star break, and they're 28th in 3-point percentage. So if Toronto decides they're going to shoot a bunch of threes, they could easily make it rain from outside. But where they get their money at is inside. They're scoring the 3rd most points in the paint since post All-Star break. And the Bulls are the best defense on the inside since then. So I'm going to take the +6 with the Bulls. I think they're able to keep them out of the paint. But if they're making the threes fly at 212, that's really low. And I think this could sneak up over that total. So I'll bet the over. Give me the Bulls here too.
JC, if there's a man who's synonymous with legendary playing performances, it's your favorite player, Pat Bev. I know you already given out his prop here on Monday. We'll go ahead and review that for the people who missed it. But tonight, Pat Bev's in action, and his team is catching 6. Tyler likes the Bulls. Will you be joining him?
Yeah, absolutely. I love the money line. They're going to win outright, but 6 is too many points to not grab that. I'll probably drop like double units on +6 and a unit on the +200. Because even if Toronto sneaks out and win, there's no way they're winning by 7. As you mentioned, Pat Bev +6.5 is a great play. He comes alive in the playoffs. He's not going to light at the scoreboard, but he's a difference maker. He might have the most playoff experience on this team, which is concerning for an organization that wants to make a playoff run.
I mean, DeRozan has a ton.
Yeah, that's true. And
there's a guy on that team with a ring on his finger.
Adebayo?
No, Caruso.
Oh my God!
Great point. Great point, Tyler.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Still, though, he's up there. I mean, this is like his 9th year in the playoffs, if you count this as the playoffs. So he's going to be a difference maker for this team, and he's going to lead them to victory. Although I am no way I'm touching that over at 212. The under is hit in these teams' last 4 meetings. 3 of the 4 times it's gone under the current total of 212. So I see where Tyler's head at, but that's one I'm just going to stay away from.
Title, you like the Raptors as a dark horse candidate to come out of the East, and we have 2 panel members that are eliminating them tonight. Tell them where they're wrong.
Well, no, the thing is, I think Toronto can make some noise if they get in. But today, I think it's one like the toughest one, like plus 200. I get it. I think Toronto either beats them by over 15, or the Bulls win outright. So I get plus 200. I'd probably go plus 200 over plus 6. But man, I think this team can make some noise if they do get by tonight. So I'm picking the Raptors plus 200 though. Definitely, I would definitely go that side over plus 6 because I think if Raptors win, they do about like 15 or something. But yeah, I got to pick the Raptors.
All right.
One other thing I wanted to touch on here too is I've heard a lot of people talk about this too. They were trying to trade Van Fleet at the deadline. They were trying to trade Anunoby. Siakam's always been in rumors. A lot of these guys' contracts are up at the end of this year. Nick Nurse has already been named for multiple jobs. He's supposed to be out the door too. If Chicago were to come out and say grab a quick lead like say the Hawks did yesterday, I think there's that pathway where you see the Raptors guys look around and they're like, well, this is our last game anyway. Like, we're just packing it up early. And I think it goes with their defense first. Like, they're just not rotating. These guys are getting open. I think Vucevic crushes. He's always crushed Podol. And you just look at his numbers recently, he's done very well. Some of those performance doubles, like if you do think the Bulls win, a Vucevic double and wins about plus 400. Him to get 4 assists, which he averages in this matchup, is 11-1. So there's a lot of good prices on this if you think the Bulls do get this one out.
All right. I disagree with you, but Matty Ice agrees with you. He says they haven't looked committed all year.
What are you on spread? Who are you on?
For betting wise, I like the Bulls plus 6, but the Raptors have been so good at home. It's tough. This isn't
That's one thing I forgot to mention
call.
is it's so hard to bet on the away team in Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto's been really good at home this year. The one bet that I have placed already, I agree with Tyler. I took Vucevic over 17.5. And Tyler and I will talk about this, and I'm assuming he'll probably end up talking me into it because I don't necessarily love the Toronto side. But 6 is looking nice here. Yeah, I know. Well, I did want to I don't love this game from a betting perspective. Like, if this is the normal 13-game slate, Tyler, do you think we'd be betting it?
Probably
we had
not.
11 other games to get through.
Probably not.
We just say, we lean this way and move on. So yeah, I mean, Title does do a good job of calling me out, right? That's why the people wanted to when they said the opening was on Wednesday. The people wanted Title. They wanted to keep me in check here. They said I've been bullying Lakers fans. Jonathan Nelson has plotted his revenge upon me. And so we're glad to have you here, Title. But this is one of the main reasons, right? Usually we're talking vague when it comes here. Hey, we might be interested here. Hey, we're waiting for this news. We got a pretty good idea who's playing tonight, Title. We have a pretty good idea of who they're going to be matched up against. I have DraftKings pulled up. Who should I be targeting here in this first game between the Bulls and the Raptors?
Yeah, I mean, Bulls are going to be popular. Levine looks to be popular right now. Vooch probably is going to be pretty popular. The first game, it doesn't look like anybody on Toronto is, and I think Toronto, my favorites, Van Vliet probably 8-4 is probably my favorite. Scotty 7K makes sense. I'll probably be overweight on Toronto because right now it's still pretty early in the day. We have most news, but I haven't ran everything. Mm-hmm. If 3 Bulls are going to be in it, 4 Bulls, maybe 2 and 0 Toronto, I'll probably go at least 2 Toronto guys. Jakob Poeltl only 5.7K. Siakam 9-4. I think you can play 2 of those 4 easily. Gary Trent probably wouldn't go OG. Gary Trent, if you want to get a little value, he'll see 25 minutes, something like that. So yeah, I like Toronto a lot in this first game. Probably will have 2 in GPPs. And Fred VanVleet's my favorite. Chicago side, yeah, they'll be popular, but like I can fade if Levine's gonna be one of the higher owned guys on the slate. Like he can always bust. He's so scoring dependent. They have DeRozan, they have Vooch. I don't mind playing like Vooch, DeRozan, fading Levine, but they're all probably going to be pretty popular. Secondary pieces, Beverly, Caruso. I don't know. I probably won't play Caruso, maybe Pat Bev, but mainly the studs will be played. But I like going the Toronto side more because they'll be lower owned.
All right. Speaking of lower ownership, you mentioned Scotty Barnes. He's sitting here at 7K. OG Anunoby, I know you were not too high on him, but at 6,900, since the All-Star break, he's been quietly a lot more efficient and been getting more usage. Now, of course, some of these stats are skewed because they have players in and out of the lineup and they're fully healthy tonight. But one way I was thinking about getting different was running OG instead of Scotty there, right at that same price range. What do you think?
There you go. I mean, he's definitely going to be a third of the ownership. I mean, half for sure, but probably even more. So yeah, that's a pivot you see. I don't see why not. You got on these 2-game slates, you have to have like a little piece here and there. Like yesterday, Jalen Johnson absolutely dominated. He was 9% owned. Like you need that to make you different to then beat everyone. So I don't mind that pivot one bit.
Tyler, is there anyone else you think we should be targeting that's not a stud, maybe in the lower range in this Toronto and Chicago game?
I think it's. I know he didn't say much about Caruso, but I think it's one of those guards in the backcourt because I think.
I mean, he's 3,900.
Yeah, he's 3,900. I think he plays 25 plus minutes here because he's just. I think he's going to be one of the main defenders on Van Fleet. He's going to chase around Trent, so I think he's going to be out there a ton. The dude could also handle the ball, so he can get you the other peripheral stats. So I think it's Caruso at 3.9.
All right, JC, make a case here for Pat Bev at 4.4. Why should he be the cornerstone of your lineup tonight?
Oh, I don't know about all that. I love the guy. He's going to hit his props. He's a defensive monster, though. I mean, that's what he does. He gets in the guy's head. He's going to make life difficult for Toronto's offense. But again, as I've said in the past, the reason I love Pat Bev is because he's good at stuff that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, and that doesn't translate well to DFS. So, if you really need a Hail Mary, if you're running short on money, you need a cheap piece, might be a good option. He could pop off, but maybe steer clear of that.
Assuming I got the money doesn't matter, right? For the 500, do you think Caruso's better at 39 than Pat Bev at 44? Title?
I like Pat Bev a little more, but if you have a lean on Caruso.
I think another guy we should mention too, because I think he's going to see time off at Toronto bench, and he has playoff experience. Will Barton.
Interesting.
Shooting guard, small forward. Yeah, no one can play him. He's 3.5. I think he sees into the teens on his minutes, and if he's hitting his shots, he's going to see 20 plus. So I don't mind a look at him.
There you got some value options because we talked about it yesterday. Once the playoffs start, this value, it's not like that last Sunday, right? Title where you could have left 10K on the table, right? Yeah,
no, it gets stingy now. That's for sure.
It's a whole new, just like it's a whole, just a whole new game for the players. It's a whole new game for DFS too because there's not just those 3K auto scores.
One other guy we didn't mention, Title. He's plugged in, priced right in between Caruso and Beverly, and he's going to hit a chunk of those minutes. The Sunmu. Any thoughts on him? I don't think he plays much.
Yeah, no, I can't get to him. It'd be Caruso, Pat. I mean, I would probably get to maybe Kobe White before him.
Yeah, I think
Kobe White's another one sneakily been shooting very well since the All-Star break.
Yeah, he chucks. Like if he can get hot, and he will keep chucking. So those guys make some sense on these 2-game slates.
That part of his game translated exactly from Carolina to the league, and that if he's hot, man, he just can't miss. But you never know what you're going to get out of him on any given night.
Spread. We didn't talk about what our guy Fila just brought up. What about the prime Kyle Lowry popping up out of nowhere last night?
I'm not surprised at all because I'm a member at runpuresports.com, and around 4:15 my time, 15 minutes before lock, when I logged on and I checked the core plays, he's in every single core. I didn't even have to think about it. And you know what's funny? And that's why I love being a member. I wanted to play them. Do you remember on the show yesterday, Tyler? We liked Gabe Vincent more.
Yeah, we liked Gabe Vincent more. Yeah,
right. That and so I had to take Vincent out because I said, well,
this is why we're on this side of the website.
Yeah, we're on the bad side, right? We went 4-0. We went 2-0 officially. We should have been 4-0, right? Because we talked about us maybe being a little too tepid on playing those 2 leans that we gave out. But we had a great night betting, and the team helped us as well. So, of course, if you want to become a member, runpuresports.com. I'm promo code spread15. The rest of these gentlemen will, of course, give you their promo codes. If you're like, I love the Lakers, I hate the Kings, I refuse to use your promo code, you can get a promo code from one of the esteemed gentlemen on the screen. But the important thing is that you become a member at runpuresports.com. Tyler, we're doing something right? When the hackers are after us?
Yeah.
right? I mean, they're trying to take us down.
Spread.
Yeah, they're trying to take us down, man. They see all the winning going on, and they are not happy about it. So if you want to get involved in that winning, and also, F you to the hackers, runpuresports.com, become a member. Do any of you guys have any more thoughts on this Bulls Raptors? Was there any angles or anything that I missed before we move on to
just one other name, because our guy We the People brought it up. What do you think about Pat Williams' title?
I'm a big Pat Williams guy because, I mean, he plays a good amount of minutes. They can use him for his defense. I can see him benefiting from the playoffs and getting more minutes, especially against OG, Scotty. Like, they have the length. He fits nice. So, yeah, as a contrarian value, I like him more than Io. Like, he could be a Jalen Johnson that I wouldn't be surprised about the slate. You don't need a bunch on these playoff slates. So, yeah, I don't mind it.
All right, there you have the Pat Williams breakdown. Let's move into the evening game. Unfortunately, the broadcast is so much worse on ESPN, right? We're not on TNT tonight. We're on ESPN. That's always a letdown. But you know what you can do is check out our playback channel. And then you'll be able to hear us instead of pretty much like the weakest studio show I've seen in like 20 years. That ESPN show is terrible. So make sure you're checking out runpuresports.com. Playback TV, / runpuresports. New Orleans Pelicans are -5.5. The total. 226.5. The Thunder are +192 on the money line. Tyler, start with you. Pelicans, a team that we loved in the preseason. How are we feeling about them now? They've won 9 of their last 11 games, and that's including that stinker against the Timberwolves that they should have won.
Yeah, I love them in this spot. I know they're the more experienced team. A lot of these guys on OKC just are young. They really don't have much playoff experience. It's going to be their first shot at playoff basketball outside of maybe 2 or 3 guys. The guys on the Pelican sides are all pretty much battle tested. They've all been here before. They played in a tough series last season against the Suns. Some of these guys were in battles before that. McCollum's been in conference finals. So they played this atmosphere of basketball before. Also, everyone keeps touching on this Timberwolves loss that they took on Sunday, but nobody will talk about the fact that how bad they shot from 3 and just how bad they shot as a team outside of Brandon Ingram. Mm-hmm. And I think they just walk on the floor tonight. Everyone's saying SGA gets his buckets and everything. Yes, he could get his buckets, but I think some of these other guys are just going to fold under the pressure. We seen Ant last night spread. Way better player than a lot of these OKC guys. He just couldn't play under the pressure last night. It got to him. I know some guys will say he's hurt, but I don't think he was all that hurt.
I do. I'm standing up for my guy.
You look at some of the defenders that these.
He had OKC tape all over his shoulder.
Yeah, he'll be all right. You're looking at some of these guys that OKC is going to be up against. Like Giddey's going to be up against like a Trey Murphy on defense. That doesn't spell well for him. I think he gets locked up. Jalen Williams, if he gets hot, they're going to throw Herb Jones his way. I think he starts on SGA. And Joe Val could just absolutely smash this matchup. There's no big for OKC. If they want to go small, they can go that route too. But I think the Pelicans just work this team. Dort's too small to guard Brandon Ingram also. We seen what he did to McDaniels on Sunday. Made the guy punch a wall at halftime. So I'm all over the Pelicans here. I think they smash.
I wish we had Mangone on the show today so he could talk about how hard it is to play after Snyder's just completely tanked you and made you land right on your shoulder, right? So let's stay away from the A1 slander, okay? We're going to stay away from that. JC, what are your thoughts here when the Pelicans take on the Thunder?
I'm really excited for this game. It's tough to make a play on this one, but I'm excited to see this SGA in the playoffs, right? We've seen a young one, but this is a different player. He's going to thrive in the moment. Going against CJ McCollum, who is also excellent in the playoffs. I like both their point props. I know it's chalky, but I think they're going to control this game. More than that, though, is SGA's assist prop over 5.5 on FanDuel, playing out +126. I think he's going to control the ball, and it's kind of a nice insurance because even if he doesn't hit his point props, he's definitely going to get his assist. So I really like that here, man. As far as the outcome, though, I can just so easily see it going either way. But I think you want to side with New Orleans experience, like McCollum, but at 5.5, I mean, I think I got to take OKC with the points. Not confident enough to grab the money line, but I'll take 5.5 points. I also see it being a shootout, but looking at the totals of their past game, I don't know if it gets to 227. So I'm interested to see what you guys think on the total.
Yeah, I'm seeing 226.5 offshore. So under's taking a little money, but that's not.
Don't we think they got a little extra added motivation too, knowing that the team that knocked them into this specific spot is waiting for them on Friday if they win this game?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think there's added motivation.
I
think they're already motivated, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
but it's that thing like you lost to this team on Sunday. You got to play this extra game. You would have been in the game last night if it wasn't for that loss. And the coach walks in. He's like, "Listen, we're going to take care of tonight, and there's a wounded dog waiting for us on Friday, and we can put them out of their misery."
Mm-hmm.
All right. Title. Why does the whole chat think you're on gummies right now?
Because I'm feeling pretty good. Not on gummies, but I'm feeling good.
All right. Fantastic answer. Guys, if you're loving the energy the Title's bringing today, give us that thumbs up. RunPureSports.com. Title, let's start from the betting side. -5.5, total 226.5. Are you going to be putting any of your hardened Title bucks down on this game, or is it DFS only?
No, I'm not betting this game, but I would take I would take the money. I'd take the dog and just the money line plus 185. Yeah. Give me the Thunder. I think SGA balls out. It's interesting in DFS though, because I think the first build, Levine, Vooch, DeRozan, get all the ownership in the mid tier, whereas SGA's 10.5, Ingram's 10K. I think that'll be a little more contrarian. Value's pretty tough. So the mid tier build, I think, is where the exposure goes. I like the Toronto side to get you different. If you want to play SGA, I prefer him over Ingram. I'm not sure there's enough value, though, that I like that build as much as the balanced build. But, yeah, give me OKC. I like him plus 185. Lou Dort stands out for a solid price. Trey Murphy at 6'4". Herb Jones 5'6". I like the mid-tier guys more in this game is how I'm seeing it.
But people are loving the energy you're bringing, right? I mean – Title's a go. Title on that field back. Title's the man. Go shit. He's one of us. Right? I mean, the people love you, Title. Maybe one day I'll be that popular, but I'll probably have to learn to keep my Lakers hate under wraps a little more. But for now, I think I guess I'll just be the punching bag of this show as the chat appears to enjoy working me out. But you come on, Title. Nothing but flowers and compliments.
No, Spread. They all love you, Spread, when you pick winners. If you're losing,
they like the picks. They just don't like the personality that goes along with it.
They like the duo.
Let's continue here, though. You were breaking down this game a little bit. You said value was hard to come by, but let's just help a poor guy out over here. Let's just say I was choosing some value from this game. Like, who's a guy under 5K that you'll be targeting tonight in this Oklahoma City Pelicans game?
Man, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It gets pretty rough. Probably Isaiah Joe and Larry Nance, probably. If Larry Nance does play. I mean, he fits this game well. Like Joe Val, they don't like OKC plays small. And
I was wondering how do you think that's going to work? So Tyler thinks that Joe Val is going to go off. I think you might see limited minutes.
He doesn't usually get extended. Like, I think it'd be smart if Joe Val gets extended. I think he would go off. I think it's a great matchup, but they just play. I mean, it seems like they like spacing more with him off the court. You can run a Larry Nance, Najee Marshall. I think that it seems like they like going small. So that's why Joe Val's always so annoying. One game he'll play 20 minutes. One game he'll play 30 and either smashes or gets you a snowflake. There's really no in between. So
yeah,
I'm scared that they're going to go small
here too. I think they go small. I think they look great going small.
I think there's a path he smashes. I'm not locked in that he smashes. I'm not picking him to play in my lineup because I'm not getting stuck with a 20-minute guy.
Yeah, I'm leaning with you, Spread, that this game goes small and he doesn't play much, but he's the big if he does get those minutes. Yeah,
Willie Green made comments he wants to play Ingram at the 5 in certain lineups too.
Yeah, then that definitely makes me
tonight would be perfect to do
that. Which brings me to another guy title, Josh Richardson, 3.7. What do you think? Kind of fits this game too. He could get a ton of minutes. He's a smaller guy. He could play defense, hit some threes, has some experience in the playoffs.
Yeah. No, he fits. He's the same boat as Caruso. Like, if you're playing 20 entry max, I think I get there. I could get to those guys in a lineup, like if I need an SGA. But that's where if I only play in one build, like I feel like I like the mid-range. Just give me all the Lou Dort minutes. Give me all Trey Murphy minutes, Herb Jones minutes. I think
that was my final question. Let's say money doesn't matter, right? I don't mind leaving it on the table tonight. Herb Jones or Trey Murphy?
Man, Trey
Don't worry
Murphy's
about price.
Trey Murphy's definitely looks a
You
lot
play 'em
better.
both
And you
together?
get, yeah, definitely can. You just that's what I mean. I like the build where you just soak up all the minutes. Where like, is Josh Richardson gonna get his 20 minutes? Is he gonna be Jordan McLaughlin like yesterday, or is he gonna be like nah? There's like a huge range of outcomes with those guys. Like he's got to shoot the ball well. I'll take the minutes, like the Scotty Barnes minutes, Van Vliet minutes, probably more than just going all the way up is how I see it.
And then
Excellent.
we got what, 2 guys over 10K today?
Yeah,
Which
Ingram and
which one do you
SGA.
favor more?
SGA, I think he has a game.
I'm on the other side than you on that one.
Yeah, I'm picking OKC.
I think it's hard to get there.
I just don't see the guy who stops Ingram tonight to where I see multiple bodies that could be thrown SGA's way and slow him down.
Just messing around because I built a little before we came on today. It's really hard to get there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying the balance one, because then you're going to Caruso's, you're going to Richardson's. It's balance or it's stars and scrubs. But if you play Ingram or SGA, you will be more different than the balance build for sure. I like going different with Bulls guys are going to be what's the chalk is. I like going Toronto mid-tier guys.
Excellent. All right. JC, do you have any more props for this game that I left out on the Thunder Pelicans?
No. Like I said, definitely love that SGA assist prop, but I think he has a big night.
All right. There we have it. Tyler, how are the likes looking? You know, yesterday it was kind of hurtful, right?
Or we'll check them out now. I get it pulled up on my phone.
We were going to give out a parlay, guys, to the people, and we couldn't even get the likes. And Tyler was going to give out the winners. So let's hope that we get there. So I figure I'd bring that up right now. Guys, hit that thumbs up button. RunPureSports.com is the place to be.
We're only at 34 right now. We got to get to 50 for the
but we're going to give out the whole best bets. We're giving out the best bets for sure. So we are, you know, like I said, I rock an Android. I'm a man of the people. I'm not afraid to walk into Metro PCS, right? And it's got everything's locked up. There's bars everywhere. I'm in there talking to some 18-year-old that doesn't know anything about phones. Get my Android. Let's start with you, JC. What's your best bet for tonight?
Yeah, you know what? I don't go to the parlays too often, but I have one today.
Let's do it.
Give me Pat Bev over 6.5. Give me the Bulls +6, paying out plus 250.
All right. I like that. Title, what do you got for us?
Give me OKC money line +185.
Ooh.
All right. He's taking the Thunder. Love to see it. Tyler, what's your best bet for the day?
Give me the Bulls +6 and give me the over there.
All right. You like the Bulls +6. You like the over. I like Nikola Vukovic to get over 17.5. This is a great matchup for him tonight. There'll be a lot of incentive for him to be shooting outside. They're either going to bring Podol out there, or if they try and go smaller, then he can go down low. He's averaged 19 points against the Raptors so far this season. Also averaged 19 points over his last 10 games, and the set at 17.5. I expect a big game from Nikola Vukovic. Tyler, are those likes going up? Are we going to be able to give them a parlay?
No, we're only at 41 right now, so I think we got to save it for the Discord spread.
All right. And that's why, of course, it pays to be a member at runpuresports.com. You'll get access to Tyler's parlays when he puts them up closer to tip off. Now, of course, we do have the luxury right now of having a better idea, but during the regular season, right, those are coming up, an hour to a half hour before game time. Not to mention that's the same time we're all logging on to get the cores from Titletown and the rest of the DFS experts. So runpuresports.com. How do we do this now, Tyler? We'll give them a little more chance. Title, go ahead and give out your promo code and just any thoughts of the NBA till we see you next week.
Title 15, if you want to sign up, do an MLB, NBA. I got MLB show in an hour coming up. And for the NBA, man, NBA playoffs is great. Like I said at the start, I tweeted yesterday, I was watching just night and day from the end of the regular season, even most of the regular season to the playoffs. Like that's why I like dogs. It's just like yesterday, you see AD, you see LeBron, you see all that, you see a beat up Wolves team and all that. Like they're just competing so hard that I think taking dog money does make some sense. So I think OKC can get it done today. Bucks, please do it. Suns, please do it. I live here in Arizona. I'll be back in Milwaukee for a little bit, hitting the Deer District or going by spread, but hopefully it's Bucks Suns and I can get to some games. And
will you be watching in both arenas?
maybe I might get to a game in both. That'd be if the Bucks meet the Suns in the finals, I would I'd maybe go.
That's right, guys. Become a member of runcheersports.com, and you too can be spending title bucks like the man, attending in both arenas, sitting next to Kevin Hart.
Only if it's the Buck. I'll only go to the Suns one if it's the Bucks.
I know, but that's fair, right? Who else is doing that, right? JC, you're not going if it's Memphis versus the Lakers, you're not going to both of them, are you, JC?
Well, the Bucks one I'll be.
Why not?
I'll be in both states. Yeah, if you're in both states, why wouldn't you?
Bro, I'm not even going to the Kings game this weekend.
Watching at home's nice too.
I'm actually watching in the Bay Area. I'll be in enemy territory, but fortunately, I have enough Warriors love in me, so I'll see.
Yeah, you can't lose this game. You'll have like a split jersey on that has half Warriors, half Kings.
All right. Words, JC Zargo, words of wisdom before we get out of here.
Yeah, for sure. I got a little something. It would have played a little bit better on Monday. It would have been a little bit relevant, but things were a bit off. So did things a little bit differently. I'm moving to today. It's still pretty solid words of wisdom. I'm going to borrow from the great Draymond Green, who quoted a Frenchman in saying, "Insecurity is always loud." So place your bets today. Place them with confidence. Scared money don't make money. Insecurity, it's always loud. Run pure, fellas.